Alright, so let's go ahead and tackle the neck area for now. So basically what I want is to basically select the edges over there that we have right over there. I'm just gonna extrude this inwards by scaling it out here. Go to so for this, maybe this will be part of the mask, something like that. I'm just gonna extrude it one more time, bring it down. I'm just gonna bring this to the faces, and we're gonna go ahead and extract this part here from the rest of the face mask, and I'm just gonna use this as part of my neck. Let me just do history and hide it. Of course, there are things that needs to be done here. Let's see, maybe I'll just spare one of these guys, and maybe I'll do it on the other side and I'll mirror it over. Alright, let's just delete one half, and I'll push and pull some of these guys to make it look more neat, like a neck. And again, if need to, we'll add some loops across these areas. Just to push and pull them across that way. Right, then I'll bring everyone back, where I can just simply do not select everyone, and just simply drag him in that way, so it kind of like creates his neck armor or whatever you wanna call it. And of course, I'll go ahead and drag some of these guys into position where it will match up with this turtleneck that he has. Right, something like that. That's good for me. And maybe I'll extrude it one more time to go all the way in, and basically just to cover the area over there. Soften each and then show the rest of them. Right, so it's a very simple geometry shape over there. Right, one more thing is that we need to bring it high as well. Let's bring this one in, and these edges here. Needs to go up. Kind of straighten it. Right, so it kind of cover everyone over there. Here I might want to add loops across these guys around here and here. Alright, he's kind of like a samurai Iron Man thingy. Alright, so the neck is more or less done, and then next I'll cover the eyes, and I will do one whole cleanup before we finish this character in this tutorial series. Alright, so next part is I'm just gonna do the eyes real quick. Right, so what we can do with this is take the edge loop there and fill the hole, and now we're going to go ahead and extract this guy. So let me just isolate him, and there's quite a few of these vertices which I want to get rid of first. Right, then after that I can go ahead and match up the lines where they need to be. This can go somewhere here. Right, maybe need one more for this one here. Then let's see if we can go all the way around to the loop. And we extrude it inwards and delete this on the inside. Oh, we we already did that. Now let's go ahead and reverse the normals. And I'm just gonna go ahead and soften the edge. There's some loops that's needed here as well. Just have to move things out a bit more carefully, I believe. So let's see here. Maybe I should add some loops here as well. See how it holds up. That might be a bit too much. Let's get rid of some of them here. Some of them are like going inside and outside, so we kind of need to adjust it accordingly first. And then let's get rid of this guy, and maybe these guys. Alright, I'm just going to make him a bit bigger, and I'm just going to start to move some of these vertices into place. Alright, so pretty much okay with the eye over there. Just have to do some adjustments to it so that it conforms a bit better. Same for these areas as well here. Alright, so I'm pretty much okay over there because it's eventually it's just gonna be a solid black color over there. Alright, so next part we're going to start to clean things up. Alright, so finally in the last stage where you have to go ahead and do cleanups and mirror them properly and stuff. So I'm going to do this piece by piece. So I'm going to start with this one. First of all, let's do the history center pivot freeze transformation. And then what we'll do over here is we need to go ahead and do a proper cleanup. But before that, let's go ahead and look over at our outliner over here. Right, and what I want to do is to get rid of things that we actually don't need at all. So if I just select these guys over here, there's actually a lot of curves and groups that we have done across, which we seriously don't need. And some of these might have relationships with it, right? So for example, this group over here, even though we don't need this group, but there's something studied to it. So let's just take the whole model, delete the history, center pivot, and freeze transformation. Right, and then we'll look for some of these groups. So here, some of those groups has disappeared. Right, so I'm just going to delete some of these groups that I don't need. Right, so this is a group I would need. Let me just go ahead and ungroup them as well. Same goes for these guys. Right, and same thing again. We have to do the center pivot freeze transformation, etc. Right, so basically you have to clean up all of these guys over here. Ungroup them. So first thing is I would like to ungroup all the things that is already grouped. Alright, just gonna check everything is there for now. I mean, you only need at least one half of it, so because you have not mirrored them. Right, let's go to here. So these are the things which actually doesn't have a group at all except for those guys. So let me go ahead and group them. And delete this away. Oh, yeah, that's why we have to be careful because sometimes things tend to I meant to delete the wrong one, which is it's this one. Let's ungroup this one first. There's a few groups inside here. Let's delete that away. Alright, we're still good. We have all the pieces that we need intact. Do we? Oh, this guy is missing. Let me just undo that. It's over here. Alright, I need to ungroup this one as well. So I have to be very careful because sometimes we already ungroup it and then there's some form of relationship in there because we need to delete the history again, because the history and the freeze transformation is inside the group, so that's what happens. So now I can delete that. And let's see, these guys have nothing, so I'll delete that as well. Let me go ahead and ungroup this. So it's basically going around and cleaning everything up. Ungroup stuff that we don't need and delete stuff that we don't need. And the reason why I have so much ungroups here is because I usually like to group them so that the pivot will be in the center, and I quickly duplicate to see how they kind of mirror. And I really ignore the outliner for most of the time while I'm working, and I'll just clean everything up during the last part. So it's the curves that we actually can get rid of. We don't need the curves anymore, which was controlling the ropes, right? I'm gonna ungroup this guy as well. Same goes for this one, which is the last one. Alright, so everything has been ungrouped and has been seen properly. So I'll just do another history, center pivot, and freeze transformation for everyone here. Now let's look at our layers and bring back whatever we had. And I'm just going to get rid of my image plane, and in fact I'm just going to get rid of all of these layers here. Except for, yep, he's not a layer, so let me just delete this layer and delete this layer. Alright, so we're good. Okay, so next part, what we're going to start to do is we're going to start to mirror things up, and before that we actually have to rename everything. So what you want to do is to maybe select each of these and then rename it as one part, like horn, etc, etc. So I'm not going to bore you with this whole renaming thing, so you can go ahead and rename yourself, and then next part this thing will be renamed, and we're going to go ahead and mirror them and check for n-gons and stuff like that. Alright, so welcome back, and don't worry, I know there's a lot of things that are missing over here. It's just basically I deleted whatever is on one side because we're going to go ahead and mirror it next, and I've gone ahead to go and rename some of these guys over here. Right, so I just want to make sure everyone is at 1, right? And we can go ahead and find out where the areas we need to mirror and need to clean up. Alright, so I'll start with the horn over here, and maybe once I'm done I'll create a layer here, and I'll rename this layer to be done. I can rename whatever you want. And we're gonna go ahead and do a cleanup over here. So I'm gonna go mesh cleanup. Right, so basically what we want to do is to tell Maya to select, not do the cleanup, but select, and select what? Select things which are more than 4 sides, faces with hole, right? And then we're gonna ask it to apply. And so if there's nothing come out like that, that means we're good. Okay, there are no faces which are more than 4 sides. Okay, there are no n-cons, and then you can go ahead and apply something like that. Alright, so this one is done. So I'm just going to add the selected object here. Right, this one is done as well. So basically I'm going ahead to check every single one of them. Right, so once apply and nothing comes out, we can go ahead and bring him to the done section. Right, so over here when I click apply, as you can see there are areas that Maya told me that, hey, you got n-gons over here. So what I'll do is I'll go in there and go ahead and check which are these areas over here. Like for example over here, as you can see there's obviously an n-gon around this side over here. So I need to go ahead and adjust that. Alright, so this is what you do for this part, where you check for each of these n-gons. If there is n-gons, go ahead and fix them. If not, just put it in a done section. Right, and then after that when we come back, we can go ahead and do the mirroring. Right, so this part is pretty straightforward. Right, you can go ahead and do it yourself, and then after that we'll go and mirror whichever we need to. Alright, so I've gone ahead and cleaned up everyone, and everyone is good already, and I've deleted like half of whichever I don't need. Alright, except for this guy here, I did not delete half. Right, and of course I don't want to delete half of the rope. Please don't delete half of the rope, because the rope here are unique objects. They're not exactly symmetrical, so we can't mirror them if we delete half, or if we even delete half in the first place. Alright, so now all of this is done. I'm just gonna go one more time, delete the history, center pivot, freeze transformation, make sure everything's good, and then we're just going to mirror wherever we need to. So I guess these people here are good. Right, so just gonna press 3 just to see that they're okay. Now let's go ahead and work on the face here. Right, so the face is already right down there in the center. Now let me just go ahead and do a mirror. So I just go to my mesh, and then I'm going to go to mirror geometry. Right, can get rid of the outliner after that. Don't need it anymore. Alright, now we can, okay, before that we need to make sure it's mirrored in the right way. Let me just go mirror through the x-axis, apply it, and here at our threshold I'm going to make it a smaller number to 0.01, right, so that things don't dissipate over here. Alright, now I just realized one thing, that our loop for mouth needs to be inward, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And because I'm doing the whole thing at the same time, so it's not really affecting anything. So I'm just going to squeeze this in a bit more. Right, so that helps to cover the hole over there. Alright, so this is mirrored. Now for this guy over here, which is the eye, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the center pivot here. I'm going to duplicate it and then scale x to -1. Right, let me just bring my outliner again, and here is a face mask, here is eye left, I'm going to change it to eye right. Okay, great. Let's continue on. Next piece is our main centerpiece over here. So again, just want to make sure that things are already in line in the center. And snap it to the center over there. Now we're going to go ahead and mirror this guy, and then we're going to change our merge threshold to a smaller number. 0.001 is too small, let's put 0.01. Right, that should do the trick. I'm just going to press 3 just to make sure there is no holes or collapsing lines in between. Alright, so that's good. Now let's do the neck next. Which is over here. Again, I want to make sure that they are in the center, except for this back part. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Or maybe we can just put it to make everyone in the center. I think I didn't delete this properly, so let's go ahead and delete this one first. And this back area over here can just be moved across that way. Right, make sure everyone's straight and in line. Let's go ahead and mirror this. Just do it once, and our threshold will be a small number. Right, so that is done as well. This is done. Now for things like this, let me just adjust this just a tiny bit. Right, what we can do is we can group them first and then we duplicate them, so it's easier that way. So I'm just going to select these areas here. So these are the things that can be grouped, because they're not exactly going to be mirrored. So I'm going to group them, duplicate them, and then the scale x -1. Right, so they will go to the other side. Now let me just go back to my outliner. Since we already organized the things before, I don't need to be disorganized. I'm just going to ungroup both of them again. Alright, great. Now the centerpiece is alright. Now let's go ahead and mirror these two. just hide this. Just want to check everything is okay. I think by now Maya will already know that I want a 0.01 over there, or a small number over there. So let me just press 3. Just want to make sure that things do conform neatly and nicely, which it does. Right, let's do the same for the back piece as well. Yeah, just want to make sure that everything is in the center. I think before I already put everything in the center, so I'm not checking it, but please do if you have not done so. Check that the vertex are snapped to the center. And just pressing 3, make sure there's no collapsing in the center over here. Alright, so that's great. Mirror it over. Same thing for this guy, I'm gonna mirror him over. So now hide him and check there is no problems anywhere. Alright, that's good. Let's just press 3 to double check everything. Right, so the string is good. Now we have to mirror this guy, and this guy needs to be grouped to the other side. Alright, so we'll do the bottom half next. Alright, so let's go ahead and mirror this one next. Again, just make sure things are in the center, which I don't think this one is. So let's double check everyone. Alright, so that is in the center right there. Now go and mirror this guy. Just hide him. Let's press 3 to really check there's no collapsing in between, and if there's no collapsing in between, means you're golden. Alright, I'll do this together with the coins. Let's go ahead and mirror this first next. Again, just want to make sure everyone here in the center is snapped to that grid, which I think this already is. And we'll go mirror them, press 3. Alright, things are looking great for this one as well. Okay, now we'll start to mirror the coins. Let's do this one first. This first coin over here, I just want to make sure it's straightened up and in the middle. Alright, I have this inner one as well. Alright, let's just do this first. Mirror it. Alright, it looks good. Nothing dense or anything like that. Center the pivot for this. I'm gonna mirror this one as well, which is not in the center. Now it is. And let's go and mirror this guy over. Looks good to me. Just gonna press 3 to check. Alright, now what we can do is select the coins together with one of those skirting over there, and we're gonna mirror it over to the other side. Okay, so instead of mirroring, like I said before, how we do for the hand, we're gonna group them and duplicate them, and then the scale X -1. Right, so it goes to the other side. And I'm just gonna go to my outliner and ungroup both of them. Wonderful. And we're gonna do the same for the leg as well. Right, group them, duplicate them, -1. Right, and go into the outliner to ungroup them again. Alright, great. We are done with our samurai character. Alright, it was a very long journey, I believe, but thank you for watching all of the episodes of this series. Remember, this is not the end. I'm gonna do a ZBrush tutorial for this one, and then followed by the texturing either in Substance or in 3D Code, probably maybe in 3D Code, I don't know, see what kind of style I want. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the rigging for this guy and lighting and rendering for this guy. Alright, if you enjoyed the tutorial, thank you very much. Please don't forget to click the like and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you'd like to get a copy of this model, the one that I actually did, this actual model, as a reference, you can go ahead and buy it on our Mika Animation website. The link is right here at the bottom. You can go ahead and grab this for about $8 per piece. Alright, where you get all of the working files from step 1 to step 18 for all of the tutorials that we have, and you can see the progress and look at the actual model itself for reference for you to go ahead and create your own style of the samurai character. Alright, so until then, we'll see you for the next series where we're gonna go and sculpt this guy. Thank you and goodbye.